Focus. We're gonna be sewing it today. That's just it. Wait. We're gonna be sewing it today, okay? Guys, give me a minute, I'm coming. Guys, we're waiting for you guys to come. I'm also waiting for you guys. I'm also gonna try to free up some space in my gallery because it's not just making it easy for me, it's making it feel as if I don't have space. Wish I do. I know I do. Okay, so when the phone starts showing like that means that okay guys, so I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so that's me. I put a fire. You guys remember the top we made the other day? Yeah, we cut on the live stream. I don't started finding the electricity anyway. I wanted to do it yesterday, but yesterday I wasn't feeling too well. So this is the straps. What I did was to cut 1.5 inch, fold it about 0.25 inward, press that up, then I press it again at the center. We're using the strap for the back, okay? Finally, I decided that we're going to be making loops for it. We're not going to be adding up the zipper because I didn't have time to go ahead to buy up the zipper for it. So this is the pattern that we did on a live stream. We move this aside. This is the main piece of it, okay? So first of all, what we're gonna do is okay, not like so I added an interfacing to it. An interfacing. I didn't really have that thick interfacing, so I have to use whatever I have at home. Okay, this is it. As you can see, when you add an interface into it, it gives you the stability we are actually looking for. So this is just to give it a little bit of form, shape. I did so for both the center piece. Alright, this part I just added a normal stickable interface. Yeah, shit. That one did not really stick. Let's see this one. My goodness. So I'm gonna have to just stitch it up like that. I also cut the lining Since the material wasn't really enough for me to, I didn't have a black lining at home, so I just have to use whatever I have at home. I also cut the lining too, okay? So I'm gonna be stitching, and if you notice, I added an interfacing shorter than the piece. So the piece, okay? Leave about 0 to 5. My idea was to leave ½ inch. So I did notch the underbust. You can see I did notch it up. So first of all, what I'm going to do is to place notches to notches together. And I'm a pin right there, and I'm gonna come here and bring it up, and I'm gonna pin here. Then now I'm gonna bring this together like this. I'm a pin. I'm gonna bring this up like this. I'm a pin. A pin. Right, so making sure everything is good. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna bring my notches to notches. First of all, that's the underbust, which is very, very important. So because sometimes kind of it doesn't really look too good like at that part. So I always try to notch the main pieces up. Ooh. I'm going to come here. I just noticed something, that this part, the lining part, is kind of too far from the main piece. I mean, from here compared to this one, right? So we're gonna do our best to stitch that on it. So bring it up like this. I'm gonna stitch. Open this up. Oh my God! Why is this thing coming out now? What happened? It's not just good at all. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna have to just stitch that up. I'm gonna have to set my iron on. I have to press it again to stick everything up. I don't know why the interfacing is coming out, which is not really good. It did not really stick too well. So once we're done doing so, I'm gonna place it like this. This is the back piece. This is the center back, right? So this one is going to go to the other side. This is also the center back, so it comes in like this. So pick this up. I'm going to place this up like this. I'm going to pin that up. And if you notice that when I was actually adding an interface into this one, I did not actually make like a smaller than the piece. That's because I want it to be really hard to have that stability I'm looking for. This part, I have to notch where the center back is. You know, this thing that you can be so confusing at time, huh? So I'm just gonna go ahead and if you notice that I have actually I don't have two separate pieces for the back. That's because I joined the pieces, I mean the pattern up together. Oh my goodness. So I joined 3 and 4 to cut it. Alright? Joined 3 and 4 to cut it up. And we didn't like this and cut one piece instead of doing 2. So after which we've done pinning, I'm gonna stick to the machine. I'm gonna stitch. I'll do 1 inch, no, ½ inch, and ½ inch. All right. We'll also do the same thing to our lining. Then let me quickly go ahead and set up my. I mean, put on my iron on. Why is this thing being so slow? The 150. So we're simply going to go ahead and pin like we just did the main piece itself. So I'm going to put my notches to notches together, pin, I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna pin. Okay. Make sure you're placing whatever right side to right side together and pin and up. Okay. So just like this. So. Sorry about that. Here, I did not get to mash up. No. Mark which one is the back, but anyway, we're gonna. This is the back. Okay. Yeah. Why did this one come along the pass the other one? That what did I do? The right side. Okay. No, this is. I do not. No, this is the center back connection. So I mistakenly cut this one to be longer than the other one. Yeah, remember that the center back we did slant it down by 1 inch. That's why you see it slanted there. In there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Oh, good. I'm feeling sleepy and tired. But why I can't cut this one be long past the other one? Why? Wait. I have to check this thing out. My village, did I even use this one? I just know. The allowance is different. Yeah, maybe I used the main piece. Okay, guys. My village we couldn't see. Is it like this? It's like that. My village people can say, hey Anita. Let me check it was yeah, 8 inch, yeah, of course. Let me check this one. Sorry about that, guys. It just I actually went on. Let me check this one. That's the only mistake I made was this part is slanted. This is the top part. So this part is going to come here. Yeah. Yep. Now this is the top that goes. See here, this thing, the fabric. I'll put this one here. The top part, the side from the side that was slanted, the back was slanted. Why this one comes here? Yeah. We know the lining is kind of shorter, but the idea for us to do is to make the lining short than the main piece. Okay, so we'll stitch. Let me quickly go ahead and put my iron. Stand my iron on, sorry. Okay. Oh my goodness. I just have a lot of things on my phone. for nothing. Having a lot of stuff for nothing. At the end of the day, I don't get to use that space, which actually make everything like so occupy a lot of space for nothing. So guys, what I'm making something to eat. Okay, the station time. The station time. Okay, I'm stitching it up by half inch. I hope this needle is the good one. No, this is just myself. Gonna stitch. So start from here. Move my pin because I don't want to break my needle. I'm always good at doing so. Breaking the needle is what I'm good at. So. I'm gonna come here. I'll start stitching this from. You can start stitching it from whatever, from the top or from the down. But it's always advisable for you to stitch from the down part of it. But make sure I remove my pin. Those pins, they can break the needle. Move. Why are you being? Okay. I wanted to say, why is the thing sticky? This one I'm gonna start from the downer part of it. So I'm going to have to try to stitch this so that at least if it is going out, it should not really come out at the bust. I said to myself, if I don't see that, right? You can see the way the thing is hard. It's hard. That's what I want it to be. So I'm gonna have to stitch the line of it. But I have to pause this because talking of space. I'm not sure I'm bored. Okay. Our village people are confused me say, I will take back, this is the top part. Our village people will say, hey, I got the top part here. I went and did it the other way around, my friend. Let's see something. Then I have to just put this aside for now. If you want, you can also add an interface into it. But too much of everything is not very good. No, the way the thing is now, I just my village people and say, Anita, I said I just slanted the back. This is not even looking like good. What I don't seem to understand is, you see the way I mark the front, so that at least the main piece, so that I will not be wasting time like this. I marked the main piece so that I will not be wasting time like this, but I forgot to actually do the same thing here. I remember that I did slant. Oh shit. This one I did stitch it, this is not the right side. What's this bad wings long? Yeah. Hey, I'm not stitched this other part. I was thinking that I'm doing. I almost didn't want to. So first of all, I'm gonna have to stitch on my straps. I already pressed up the straps yesterday. It's yesterday that I did this thing. So I'm gonna have to just stitch the tiny part up. Oh my god, my needle is straight is. Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take time now. Let's go through it. If you want, you can do the strap the other way around, like stitch, then you flip it. For me, since it was very long. One of these straps is going to be for the loops, while the other one for the normal strap. Okay, I'm getting here. I need to put the paper because if not, it's going to stick to my machine, which is not good, not presentable. To put the paper also here. The problem is I put that paper there. You know why? Because that part was the part that sticker came out of it. If not, my needle will be sticky and my thread will break. So this one, I can even do it later. But anyway, let me just quickly go ahead and do so. Oh shit. Come out again. I said I put something on the fire. I don't want it to get burned, eh? Yeah, I'm not eating today, so I'm kind of very, very hungry now. Except for my village, but no one doesn't match up today. Okay, it's ready. Okay. I even make this one was too long. As much or no can burn. This rope now, this is for the strap, not crossover, but this is too long. Even she want to go and tie but the cow with it. I don't understand it. The one on lips is the one we're going to be using. I mean, the one on paper, the one we're going to be using. Okay, guys, so I always have things on this table. Push this side. Now, we're going to have some match. It seems like the line is even longer than this one. Yeah. There's something I did wrong here on the line. It's not supposed to be longer. I said it. There's something I did. Anyway, no, whoa. Oh, wait, though. How come I cut the line? I did not use this. Thinking of something. Maybe I placed this thing wrongly. So place it wrongly. I placed it wrongly. Later. Village people on the outside. Village people on the outside. Don't worry about that, guys. I think this is how it's supposed to be, yeah? Yep. Let's see if it is going to be okay. Like that. I really should go and say, no, I just tissue this way. Yeah, it's gonna be something like this because this is the slanted part that will go to the back, guys. I'm gonna have to check. I know I can do something. Yeah, it's like that. You can see it's when I do it like that, it's almost mashing. It mashes up, you know, like it's almost mashing up. So I'm gonna have to. This part will not even need to. Okay, now like so we did. Yep. Okay, like that, like this. I guess we started stamping it down from this part. So first of all, guys, I am going to take this to the ironing board and press that up. This part we're not going to press it. We're going to press this part. This is the curvy part. Okay. Notch. Make sure you're not cutting your thread. If you have a yellow hand, make it ready. Me, I don't have it. Me, I don't have tailor hand. You can still go ahead and press this open. Okay. You can see, right? You can see from the inside it's giving that curve. Can you see that? Huh? So I'm gonna have to try to press this one open. Can you see? Right? So I'm gonna press this like this, open this up. You know it has an interface into it, so it's kind of a little bit tricky. So just go ahead and press this up and press this up open. Then we'll come back, continue from where we stop. You see? Can you see this? Oh my god. Can you see this? Press this up to relax it up. Alright? Can you see that? Let me go ahead, quickly press and come back. And come back, guys. I don't know why the Facebook live stream stopped. See, it couldn't continue. Listen for the iron to get. Hold it, my pizza is ready. When the last I ate. While we're waiting for the iron to be hot, so let's first of all grab some pizza and eat. We don't have nothing kiwi for you. Guys, sorry. I've not really pressed this stuff very well, but I've pressed it halfway. Okay, now this is just it. This thing do not really stick to it, which is what I don't seem to understand. It's freaking crazy. But anyway, so you can see I've not really pressed it upward now. I'll have to, when I'm done, I take time and press it upward. So let's place this like this to see. Okay. Now cut some loops. Okay. First of all, the round waist I'm working with. Let me go ahead and measure it to see if I have to cut up anything or not. The round waist I'm working with is the round waist I'm working with is the round waist we're working with is 27. So I have about 30 here. Right? Now, remember I said if you're adding loops, you need to minus at least. So I have about 30. When I measure up, just place it up like this at the center and notch my sensor. So I'm gonna place them back. Now, for what I'm going to do, from this center, I'm going to take the round waist divided by 2. Alright, so from here to that side, the round waist is 27 divided by 2. Yeah, definitely going to give us 13 and a half. Yeah, I'm not mistaken. I know my brain needs to work. Yeah, 13 and a half. So from here, I'm going to have to measure 13 and a half from here to here. 13 and a half. But remember, this, it has to get loops from it. So let me just go ahead and mark first of all my 13 and a half from here. Then I'll also come here and mark that 13 and a half. Normally, I was supposed to do this on the pattern, 13 and a half. Okay, from that 13 and a half, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to minus. This is the 13 and a half, okay? So I'm going to minus 1.5 inch from there. Let's just say this is the line 13 and a half. My 13 and a half line. Yeah, 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch. You can do 1.5 inch. You can do 1 inch. The lowest you should minus from there should be at least. We match this up first of all. I'm matching this part up first of all. Right. Don't worry, anything that is looking funny, we'll adjust that later on. So the idea for us to do is to mash up this part. Make sure that the sensor mashes up, this side up, mashes up. Whatever we have from here to here should mash up. This part should mash up here. Right? Okay. Now we have something like this. We have something like this. I'm also going to come here and do the same thing. My 13 and a half. So guys, a minus 1.5 inch from there. I'm gonna do the same thing here. We can do 1 inch. The lowest you should reduce should be 1 inch. So 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch. This is my 1.5 inch. Meaning that the rest that I have, I'm gonna have to cut that up. Right? Then we cut that up. Now I'm gonna come here, open this up like this, and also open this part up like this. Okay. And you can see the center matches up, which is very important. You can see my lining did not really, my interfacing did not really stick. I don't know why, but next time I'll have to take my time and press that up so that everything, it should not be kind of coming out, which is kind of very, very annoying. I pin from this side. I'm gonna have to stitch from this side up. The idea is for you, you can cut your lining shorter than your main piece. That way, when you pull everything up, your lining will not be claiming up. Some points, the lining is being short at some points and some points not. So the fact that the lining is not really short from here, the fact that it's not short from here, cut it at least 1 inch shorter, or even half inch if you wish, so that by the time we stitch everything up, we'll just have to pull that up to meet up the main piece of it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to stitch it all the way around. But leaving this part, the lining open, I should have left it somewhere around here. So I'm gonna have to pull this. Let me pull this and stitch. I will have to open one side of it. It's good for us to do it at the side. You cannot tell me, say, hey, what happened to the loops, my friend? My loops. That my village people don't. I have to say no. So I'm leaving about half an inch. Half inch. I have almost forgotten about the loops there. I was like, okay, there's something lacking. Okay, this is my loops, friends. I might just say I'll go stitch some things. So I'm gonna be cutting at least something like this. Let's make it a little bit longer. I'll check. Okay. Just measure or whatever I have here and cut. This is about 2.5 inch, if I'm not mistaken. That's all the same. I'm gonna have to use about 8 loops if I'm not. I have to measure whatever I'll have from there. And pin. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it's gonna be 5, 5. You can put as many loops as you want. So first of all, what we want to do is to come here, measure out whatever I have from there to here. What I have there is 9 inch. 9 inch. We're going to have to leave half inch from the top and a half inch from the down panels. So I'm just going to come here, mark my half inch. So whatever is remaining, which is 8 inch, we're going to divide it. You can do loops. The first one is going to start here. You can do 1.025. Yeah, 1.025 here. 1.025. You can add as much as you want. You can do even 1.5 in. So I have 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. I think I make it too much. So let's make a 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch, which is right there. 1.5 inch, which is right here. 1.5 inch, which is right there, and 1.5 inch, which is right there. We'll be using in one. Yeah, just leave the rest like this. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right? I'm gonna leave ½ inch from the top, 1.5 inch. My brain is no more working well, 1.5 inch. So yeah, why? So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna place like this. Place it right there on that line. My pin. This part is gonna be tricky because I'm gonna be a little bit sick. I'm just following out those points which I mark, okay? Okay. So you can see we almost use all the loop for just one, almost. So I cut 10 loops, meaning that I have used 6 loops for one side. Okay. Right, see? Okay. Then here, look here, make this thing to be longer. 4, 5. It's okay. I almost stitch this top here without adding loops to it. Just imagine. Can you just imagine? Stitch it and then I realized I did not add loops to it. I would have just fainted. You say I would have just fainted, Anita. I would have just fainted. And I've just spent it. Mmm. Wow. Happy, give me a minute, I'm coming. Sorry about that, guys. Hello. How are we?